Hello, everyone. Vicki Achard with Nature's Best Art. Thank you for joining me today. What you're looking at is my flower, my peony that I wanted to paint in this composition here. And this is the drawing of it right there. And this is what I did last week. It's completed. My favorite petal is this one here. I love the way that shadow is looking there. And these are these three here. I added one here, and this part here is like that, kind of folded petal. And here's this one here with the shadow on it. Was my hardest one right here. What I'm doing is each petal individually, and I brought in some my Winsor Newton Cotman paint, and so I made it a little pinker. I still use the permanent alizarin crimson uh, with a lot of water, permanent alizarin crimson with a lot of water, but I went and I also am now using my permanent rose too. I wanted to bring in some more pink, but I did want it quite dark in the shadows. So now I'm going to turn this computer this way here, my screen, and go to my next one. Here, I actually can show you first before I turn it the other way. Now, this is what I wanted to show you here. This is my second flower that I chose to paint. And what you can actually see the flower developing. You see the inside of these petals. So I'm going to around to each petal there first, okay? So let me get this all situated here so I can start painting. I'm going to actually add a lot more of that yellow. And this one doesn't have too much yellow, and I may add a little bit of yellow here. I don't know. It depends. I'm going to do this flower first, paint this flower, and see what I think. Okay, and I purposely put my sketch very, very light so that I don't have any too much sketching showing. I didn't want too much sketching showing on this particular painting. Okay, I'm going to turn all this down here. All right, and let's bring this over here. I'm going to adjust things so that we can start painting a few petals together here. And so this has been very challenging. I didn't have a lot of time last week, actually. With 4th of July coming up, and our 40th wedding anniversary is tomorrow. So we've been we've been kind of celebrating, going to a couple of restaurants now and then, and we like to kind of celebrate all week, which is a lot of fun. So, but I'm having fun doing this, and I want you to watch me now. I actually am going to take my time because I have to do each petal a little differently, okay? And and then part of this design here, I have to make up myself because none of the petals were there, and I wanted to put petals there. So let's start out with our permanent rose and mauve. Okay, I'm going to spritz my paints. So I'm actually working with two palettes. I'm working, like I say, with my M Grams on my bigger palette and my Winsor Newton Cotman on my smaller palette. And this one's going to be a little pinker than the other one. All right, so let's start, like I say, with my permanent rose and mauve, which is this color here. I'm using a number 6. So basically what I've done is put glazes on them. I'm going to turn my composition around here, which is nice. This is on a foam board. You can, if you don't have foam board when you're doing your paintings, you can, you know, use maybe some kind of cardboard maybe. But it's just nice to have it on the foam board. So what I'm doing, you know, so I can turn it. But now what I'm doing is I'm working quite quickly here. I want to get this to dry. I want to keep it wet. Because right now I don't want to create any hard edges if I can help it. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to leave that alone for a while. Just wanted that petal looking a little darker. You know, I want to leave it alone because it's starting to dry. Okay, good. All right, so I'm actually going to, since I'm on camera, I'm going to be crossing what I have done out because I'm going to go from petal to petal and do different things with them. I'm basically working on these petals here. And like I say, I sketched it very light, but I can still see where those white petals are going to come in. So I'm going around them. You can see how it's taking shape. All right, now let us go to my second petal now, and the first thing I'm going to do is take some of this paint out because I want it a little lighter. So let's see here. As you can see, the top part of this petal has a very hard edge, and that's where the shadow is going to be. I noticed these two petals particularly had shadows. And sometimes I think artists don't like to put hard edges on their work. You know, they like to keep it loose. It's been a little bit of a challenge for me too, actually, to do it very individually instead of like blending a lot. Okay, so that's going to dry a little lighter. All right, good. So that was my first step on that petal. Okay, now this petal here, let's see, I wanted to put a shadow here first with permanent rose and mauve. Or permanent rose and mauve on my shadow. This is the shadow on this petal here. And I have it quite red right now, and I want to put a little bit more mauve in that. I see more purplish in that. So I want to get it, though I don't want to go completely mauve. I want to go this one here. This is my color. Permanent Rose and Mauve. These are both Winsor Newton Cotman colors. These are student grade. They're very lovely, lovely colors. Okay, so I want to make all this a little bit more mauve. I can see that there's a lot of red in this one, which is okay. I'm going to take a little of that red off and put a little bit more mauve. Now, if I get some on my white flowers, these petals here, I'm not going to mind that a bit because I'll show you in a minute. There was quite a lot. I put a lot of the red in this one. Okay. So here's where I'm talking about right here. I don't mind if that goes over that a bit, because on some of these I put shadows on to bring out the white petals. So that's what I can do here. Okay, now, all right, that was that petal there. Okay, now let's see. We can go to our fourth petal here underneath that to put glazes on it. And I think I'll do that. First, I'll dry this a bit. Okay. Now this one, I'm going to be blending maybe a little bit here, because this is going to be darker here. I'm going to go around. Let me see my composition here that I drew here. I'm going to go around this. I see that I need to go around this. This is a leaf here. Can you see that? This is a leaf. And then I need to go around here to put that, paint that petal in. So let's see. I think I'm going to, first of all, I have to put in my light color and then put a few glazes on this one. Okay. So we're going to be painting this here. And this is like I remember talking about it's called hot press instead of cold press. Cold press has more tooth to it. The hot press is smooth. So it's a little different than working with the cold press. So let's just go around here. Going to be very light at first. Just going around a leaf is what it's going around right here. And this is another petal next to it right here. And then this one goes here. It kind of ends right there, looks like. Okay. Like I say, I'm trying to work kind of faster because I don't want any hard edges at this point. And I have a fan going. It's quite warm today. Maybe it's like 80 something. I was just out cutting the grass. And there we go. Okay. So that's going to be that other petal there. Okay. All right. Now this petal here, second glaze. I'm going to be putting some stripes in here with permanent rose and mauve. I notice there's one stripe kind of down the center. I'm going to put that in now. And then I see stripes going this way. And then this way here. Okay, good. And then I noticed right here, there's a shadow. So I'm going to go darker with, let's see, I'm going to put some more mauve in here actually. Just going to grab some of this mauve on my palette, put it right on the corner there. going to get darker. Okay, good. This is where these hard edges come in, right here. The hard edge. Okay, good. All right, now this petal here. Now this petal, this first petal is finished. This petal here, I took some paint out. It also has stripes in it, I noticed. So I'm going to do the same thing because that's going to be a little darker. Put some mauve there. All right. These are a little wider stripes. Kind of make them the curve of the petal. Okay, good. This one here got a little darker. Maybe I can make the other ones a little darker. Not all of them, and they will dry lighter. Okay. So let's see. Let's see here. I'm going to dry this a bit because I got two petals here together. And this also has stripes, but I want to put a little bit more color here in this one, I think. I'm going to keep it light though, so I'm going to just put my permanent rose. Okay, that's good. I'm still thinking that this is too red. I want to make that a little bit. I think I'm going to go just totally put some mauve in there, just mauve. See what I can. There, now it's turning a little bit more purpler. Okay. Okay, so now this petal I'm making up. So I can do anything I want to this. So let's dry this first again. I wanted to show you something. I have this out because I wanted to show you something. This is my kneaded eraser. And why I have this out is because I had to use it. This is graphite paper was put on this, and then I had my sketch, put my sketch with the graphite paper. And so a little bit of the graphite was on here. So I was looking at it and I brushed it down with my finger. Well, it went on here, and I don't want anything on here at all. So what I did is I took my kneaded eraser and I here, it's on this here. I should take this out and show you. So I just pushed it. You know, it was on here. I just pushed it and it took it right off. I first was going to take my pencil eraser, which is a wonderful eraser. I love these erasers. But if I did that, I would have had a smudge on here, and I don't want a smudge because I'll show you something here. You know, I don't think that I'm gonna put a lot of background on this. I am going to, you know, put the leaves on here, the petals. There's going to be petals. But I left this particular one. This is my Peony Love that I painted in 2022, I believe. And I love the way it's very simply, it looks like so clean and so, you know, just you see the flower, and I really like that. So I wanted to keep my background clean. Now, if for some reason, if I get a lot of paint on my background, you know, maybe splash some, you know, then I'll paint it green. But isn't that a pretty color too? Do you like that one? I love that. I particularly love the buds too. Now this was actually on cold press paper where it's a little, you know, bumpy. And what I did is I made it, had a different approach here. I blended petals together is what I did on this one. But I just wanted to take this approach where, you know, you get some hard edges here and really see these shadows is what I was concerned with. And so there you have it. Now this one, like I say, I'm going to paint this petal any way I want. So I'm gonna be putting some shadow here and then blending it a bit. Let's see how that works. Okay. So the shadow would be mauve and the permanent rose. Okay. I want it darker underneath this petal here. Okay. Then I'm going to go lighter. I'm going to take some of that mauve out, a lighter here. See how quickly that dries. I wanted to actually blend it out more, but it was dry already, see? I'm going to do this one again, make that a little darker there, so you can actually tell it's two petals. Okay, let's try this again. Nope, it's not quite dry. Always got to test it. I'm going to pick some of this water up. There's a lot of water that went on there. Okay, let's see now. Let's get that dry. Okay, let's try to blend this a little bit now. Picking up my mauve, my permanent rose. Just want that darker right there on the edge of this petal. Okay. Take a little water to blend it a bit. Okay. There you have it. Okay, so what I might do, I'm going to decide what I'm going to do with these stripes, because right now they're standing out too much compared to everything else. So I might go in and I might blend these stripes a bit here. And I think I like that better. This one I might keep. But there you have it. So I'm enjoying this, but I think it's going to take a little bit longer time than I thought to do, because each petal takes you know, quite a few glazes. But I'm enjoying it, and I am excited about it. I just love the peonies, and I think they're beautiful. So hope you can join me next time. Bye bye for now.